and you went from not being noticed to being the one noticed every time. I know I did anyway.
Yeah, me too. That's pretty much how
I'm just saying, Scoe. If I'm fine, bro. And that ain't gay if you say it.
I'm not saying shit about you, how you look, brother.
You told me on the phone the other day that let's talk about it.
I told you were fine, bro.
You ain't say fine. You fine. You ain't say fine. You said handsome.
He said it like 30 times. I said, okay, bro, we get it. You handsome, bro. God
but you
damn.
admitted it though, right? You don't worry. We ain't got to get context, bro. You said that I was handsome. I was fine and shit.
Okay, bro. All right,
cool. We got that on camera. Let's go say I was fine and shit. What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic barbershop conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the far right of me, we got my brother, Scoe.
What up?
How you doing, Scoe?
You like you
nervous or something, bro? That's what Vont do to you?
I'm good, bro.
Anyway, in the middle, man, we got our partner, our longtime friend, man, Vont, one of the coolest, most laid-back guys I ever knew. Man, tell him what's up, Vont.
What's good, man?
Matter of fact, let's go ahead and fix his mic. I don't know why y'all got his mic all up in his shit like that. Go ahead and bring that motherfucker down a little bit.
Bring it down?
Yeah, just bring it down. That's all. You just gotta, boom, about right there. About right there and tilt it up. You ain't gotta unscrew nothing or do none of that. Yep. See? What would this show be without me? But anyway, man, Vont, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Feeling good.
Man, I'm glad you came on the show. I'm glad you got us on. And shit, I'm just glad you're here. But anyway, we want to jump right into it and get started. Go. How you feeling, bro?
I feel great, bro.
I don't know how good you feel, man. I don't know how good you feel. We got Keenan on the mic. On the camera back there. Shit, he ain't got no mic. We ain't give him one. That nigga very vocal. So. The camera loves me, by the way, Keenan. Make sure you keep that bitch on me. That motherfucker love me. I promise it do. But man, you got something in common, bro. You don't even know it.
What is it? What is it, bro? What is it?
The glow up.
The glow up.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let me know.
You got something in common. We both glowed up, bro. It's just that simple, really.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we came from glasses, looking silly as shit.
For real.
To fine as shit. You know? Listen, I don't mind calling a man fine.
I feel you.
That don't make me gay. You hear me? Ain't that right, Scoe?
Listen, I ain't got nothing to do with that, brother.
I'm just asking. It's just a question.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what go through your head when you lay down at night.
Yes or no question, but you was like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You just pulled yourself completely out of that situation.
Only you know your sexuality, brother. I don't know.
I think you know too, bro. We talk about it often. That's crazy. This shit crazy. But yeah, the glow up, bro. The glow up. That's something that we both got in common. We both came from humble beginnings as far as our feature. And we glowed up. We came up. We got ourselves better. We increased. During your mind, I want to ask you a question. Did you consciously coming from, and we're going to put some pictures up too of you, the before and after. Make sure you send me some before pictures of you. We're going to do me too. So I ain't leaving you by yourself. We're going to put before and after pictures of both of us up when I say that. Right. So put your after your best one and then we get the before, the worst one. Right. So in your mind, when you started doing that in your mind, did you consciously come in and say that I'm going to make myself better or look better or whatever? Because I know me, I used to look at myself and be like, man, you know what? I'm going to go do some push-ups. I'm going to get swole. I'm going to get a skincare regimen. I'm going to glow up. I used to consciously think that. Is that something that you did?
Yeah. It started in high school, honestly. Like with certain like friend groups and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never used to get recognized, and I'm quiet, so I wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah.
And then, like, I made a conscious decision, like, I'm going to start working out. My uncle, you know.
Legend. We're going to talk about him in a minute, too.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, he got me right physically and mentally. And just started to take care of myself better, and, you know.
Yeah, no, that was the same with me. I just made a decision in high school. That was when I made a decision, like, you know what? I'm sick of being around Fred and he getting all the attention.
Facts.
This shit gotta change.
Facts.
Now it's time for me to get the attention. Fuck that nigga.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Shine. Fred C. You know, but I'm with you though. You was always quiet. You was always laid back and chill. And in friend groups, you consciously thought about that. I always wondered that about you when I seen it. I was like, I wonder if Vont just because I know I did. Like, you know what? I'ma stand out. And I think shit like that take you a long way when you make a decision in your mind and I'm standing out. Right. Me and Scoe were just having a conversation with a good friend of ours. I ain't gonna say his name, but he recorded the last podcast. And if you watch the podcast before this, you'll see who he is if you want to know. But we was having a conversation with him like, bro, you got to fix yourself up. You got to make yourself better. Not because of no shallow shit or no vanity or anything like that. You just got to make yourself better. You got to build yourself up. You got to consciously think about your teeth and your grill and fixing them bitches and making sure it's straight. Right. You got to think about your skin. You got to think about all of that. Not because of the public, but because for yourself.
Right.
You know, it make you feel better.
It make you feel better.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That did build like a sense of self-love for myself, self-worth. Just made me
walk different, you talk different when you get
Right. Yeah. So.
And you went from not being noticed to being the one noticed every time. I know I did anyway.
Yeah, me too. That's pretty much how it
I'm just saying, Scoe. If I'm fine, bro. And that ain't gay if you say it.
I'm not saying shit about you, how you look, brother.
You told me on the phone the other day that let's talk about it.
I told you were fine, bro.
You ain't say fine. You were fine. You ain't say fine. You said handsome.
He said it like 30 times. I said, okay, bro, we get it. You handsome, bro.
But you admitted it, though, right? You don't worry. We ain't got to get context, bro. You said that I was handsome. I was fine and shit.
Okay, bro. All right,
cool. We got that on camera. Scoe said I was fine and shit. Let me ask you this. What recommendation would you give to a person who going through that same shit in the beginning or in their life? What recommendation would you give to that person who was us, me and you, coming in, not really getting those, somewhat quiet, because I was quiet as well, honestly, unless I was with friends and shit. But Scoe know, you know, too, I was quiet. I didn't say much. I always look mean and stupid and shit. I'd be like, around. I don't know why. That was just my natural face. Yeah. But what recommendation would you give to a person who...
Yeah. So, yeah, I would just first off saying that, like, you're one-on-one. So, your own, like, unique abilities and features and, like, ideas, they're yours for a reason. So, you know, take that in, hone it, and you pretty much stay in your own lane. Don't worry about what other people got to say. Even, like, if you're in high school or stuff like that, like, don't take it too personal if, you know, people don't want to be friends with you. Like, they're not your friends for a reason. So just keep doing you, keep bettering yourself, and hey, someday somebody might recognize you, might be, you know, future wife or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
facts.
Yeah. And you get better too. I mean, you just like, you get more into yourself, and that's a part of opening up those that mindset, that space of like enlightenment. To get to that point, you get better within yourself, because once you get confident in the physical, it's easy for you to build mentally or spiritually. Right. And comfortability doesn't mean that you the finest motherfucker walking around like me. That doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that. It just means you comfortable in your skin and who you are, and you can take the necessary steps in doing that. Whether it's through working out, whether it's through getting yourself whatever, you know. But who decides normalcy?
Right.
We do.
Right.
The public decides normalcy. Normalcy is just it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's how you define it. Right. I said on one of my last episodes that I don't want to live being normal. I don't want to be normal.
Right.
My, you know, definition of normalcy, or how I see it, is just living like the average motherfucker. I feel like I should be able to fly to space like Jeff Bezos is getting ready to do if I wanted to. You know, I don't want to be normal. I feel like when the aliens come, they probably come to me.
What they gonna say?
You the leader. You know, because this is how great I am. But that's beside the point. And I do little things like that to build myself up. I always have, because I'm gonna tell you something about the black man, right? We don't have anybody that's gonna build us up like that. We don't have anybody that's gonna tell us you're great outside of our mother, but you know, or our grandmother, or like women or whatever around us. But the world is telling us how bad we are, whether it's through the media or whatever. So I always tell myself how great I am, how fine I am, and I don't care what a person think about it.
Right. And when you tell yourself that, you carry yourself a certain way, and it'll make you attractive to people. People automatically, you know, flow to you and shit like that.
Right.
Getting pussy.
I really didn't have no glow up. I just always been like that nigga, you know.
I thought you were finna say
tall,
ugly.
dark.
I thought you said I always been
Nah, I
ugly.
blew up, got fat as hell.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, though, yeah. Motherfuckers probably know the Scoe early on. I mean, how could you not? You know what I'm saying? How could you not? That man, his hands big as shit. How could you not notice this brother? So, yeah, how could you not notice this big nigga walking through? So, how was that for you, though, Scoe? Because I'm going to tell you, motherfuckers love trying big niggas.
Bruh, so many. I never understood that shit, though. Like, it was like, okay, niggas wanted to try, like, the biggest nigga in the room. You know, and I'm a gentle giant, too. Like, I don't come off, like, as the bully. Like, I was quiet, too.
Right.
Like, y'all just quiet and reserved, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas always try me for some reason, though. Some odd reason. They want to try the biggest black motherfucker in the room.
I guess that's like they getting like a trophy or something.
Yeah.
know,
but I won the one, though.
For sure. Yeah. You know the big niggas not to try, too, though. You know.
Facts.
You know the ones, the motherfuckers who kind of good on their feet and shit like that, who limber, you know, and all that shit.
The ones that flat-footed, yeah.
I done knocked one of them
You
out.
knocked them out.
For sure. I made one of them go viral. Big sloop-footed motherfucker. I knew it.
Are you talking about that light-skinned dude? Yeah.
Oh, you sure did.
His name was T. I'm like, I'm the real T now, nigga. I ain't say that. But I should have, though. I should have stood over and said, I'm T now, nigga. This my name. But... yeah, though, man. Like, you got some shit going on. I see you doing the fashion thing and everything. You mentioned entrepreneurship off camera. Is that something that you want to step into?
Most definitely. Yeah. I never, growing up, had like an entrepreneurial spirit or anything like that. But I have the capability and traits of being that. And, you know, by me in college, I learned a lot of stuff as far as like business and marketing. So.
Yeah, because you got to think about where we come from. We come from Bolivar. It's not a lot of that, right?
Not a lot of no.
So, you know, you learn. I mean, I kind of always had that business mindset, but I only knew like illegal means or whatever. Yeah. But when we come in, I stepped into school. I knew like, no, this world is wide open for all type of opportunities. What things was it like? And motherfuckers don't know you're alpha too. Yeah. Hey, that's something to brag about. I wish we could give you hand claps for that, but Keenan don't know how to work the switchboard. That's something to brag about. Alphas, listen, I got to give y'all credit on like how y'all structure y'all brothers and shit coming in. That's a fact. But you, is that something to help you going becoming a member of Alpha?
Most definitely, it opened my eyes to a lot, and a lot of Black African American men being successful. Entrepreneurs
that you can see and that you can touch. You going to these meetings and regional meetings and shit.
Actually talk to them, pick their brain.
I can do this too. Yeah.
So, and they actually, they give me the game. So,
yeah, and
I can rely on them. I can call them up, actually, like people here in the area and stuff, like successful businessmen. So
yeah, hell yeah. Nah, it's a lot of people under the NPHC umbrella, period, whether men, women, or whatever. I think Scoe said on one podcast once, like, fuck Sigma, that shit ain't do nothing for me and all of that. I got what he was saying in saying that from a local standpoint, but when we talking about from a national standpoint and what it is and the entity and the leadership or whatever of any a fraternity under the NPHC, it's a different level of like help and mentorship if you access it, but you have to access it, though. But everybody dealing with bullshit on the local level. You got niggas you don't like and all that other shit.
Right.
I just be emotional sometimes about this shit. I love Sigma though.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, no, just.
What you finna say, bro? Go ahead and say what you gotta say.
That, brother, because I ain't putting MTSU on the spot. No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But, I was gonna say, reiterate my point as like, as far as what made me, want to seek entrepreneurship. I'm really creative. I've been that my whole life.
Yeah.
And I know you said back on the what was it, Tory podcast,
yeah.
Everybody just want to be a creative at the end of the day. So pretty much that fueled me, whether it be drawing, graffiti. Like I used to tag
you can
up.
draw? I didn't know you can draw.
Yeah, draw. I used to tag up my own house. Like if you go to Hollywood, you can go see my name on there. It's still there and stuff like that. So it went from there to being graphic design. So I did that in college and then it just turned into the fashion. So
Yeah. Nah, you killing this shit with the fashion, first of all. Let me say that. Like, you do your thing or whatever. And I don't think nobody expected that from you. That fashion sense. Like, you just pop out and you dressed up and everything. You kill it with the fashion. That's why I asked you about that. I didn't know what direction you do. You want to be a fashion designer, a model, both, whatever?
So, yeah, I was going to say, so in college, I started styling people. So I did that for a minute. And I worked as, like, selling suits and stuff like that. So it just put me in all types of areas in fashion. But ultimately, I want to have my own brand, be a designer, and actually help people come up to be fashion entrepreneurs themselves. So,
listen, I want to tell you something as well, you know, especially now that you're down here in Murfreesboro, which I didn't know that, like, hey, I fancy myself, I guess, as a decent businessman, somebody who can structure something, put it together, and put it in motion. I think that's my skill set. Is I'm what they call an enhancer. I can take a situation and make it better. Listen, from whatever you're trying to do or whatever things I can offer you or whatever we as a ChoppedByT brand can offer you, be sure to always reach out and outsource. I know you got a lot of other people that can do the same as well, but don't forget to use us as a resource. We can be your tool, and I just want to extend that to you because I know you're a good, genuine person. And I want to make sure that we say that, you know, right out.
Most definitely.
Right out. But what's the future for your brand? Like, is there any steps you taking now to go ahead and hone your business? Because I tell people all the time, the key to this shit is having your business together. Right. And having your business together doesn't mean, oh, I got an LLC, I got this, I got that. Sometimes LLC don't even come till later. I think a lot of people can't even wrap their head around the concept of LLC. And I know I asked you a question, but I promise I'm going to loop back around to it. I just want to get to a point. I don't think people understand the concept of what an LLC is, an EIN number, and all those things. All of that shit is for just payment purposes, tax purposes, and shit like that.
Paperwork.
You got to get your business together first. You got to structure your business. You got to create tasks. You got to get content calendars. You got to get a marketing strategy. You got to do all of those things first before you ever think about a fucking logo or LLC. You know what I mean? And I think us as black people, a lot of time we do it for the cosmetic purposes, right? Yeah. We do it for the look of it. And it's okay because that's the fun part. But I don't want nobody to have to burn themselves out during the fun part, because you'll burn yourself out during the fun part. And by the time it gets to all that technical shit, it's like, man, fuck this.
Yeah. You know, overwhelming.
So, you know, hey, listen, I'm a businessman. I consider myself to be a businessman. So just if you ever need any help. But anyway, what's the future for your brand? Where do you see yourself going in regards to your brand?
Yep. So the name is Allen J.
Mm-hmm.
Got that during college. Locals used to call me that. And it gave me like a sense of, I guess, being like I wouldn't say this different person, but every time I would be called that, they'd be like, you fresh as hell or something like that. So I use that to extrude confidence in myself, hopefully by, you know, what I'm wearing or how I'm carrying myself.
Yeah.
So pretty much I just took the name, ran with it. And really what that means is confidence through clothing. And that's what I'm trying to, you know, get the message across. It's a story that I live by. And if you look good, go out and conquer the world, do anything you want, like you're feeling good like that. So that's pretty much my brand behind it. But as far as like what you said, what steps am I taking?
Yeah. What's the future for your brand and your business?
Yeah, just to be an overall powerhouse in the fashion industry. I just don't want to be like, you know, no disrespect to like other brands who just like have T-shirts and stuff like that. I want to have an overall collection of everything.
Yeah.
T-shirts,
shorts, all that. Like,
those people who do that shit, I don't even call them a clothing brand, just being honest. I mean, disrespect to them. Fuck them. You know what I mean? That's not a clothing brand. You just got T-shirts and the fucking hoodie. Like, that's not a clothing brand. You just selling T-shirts and hoodie. That's just a brand. Yeah. You know, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and just using, you know, fun, creative ideas to get my message across, conveying, whether it be about, for example, like Black history, where our people came from, how they were confident, what they wore, and just spinning it and making it my own. So
yeah,
stuff like that to progress us further and to have dope clothing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
People love.
I'm fucking with it, man. And I pray that you succeed and you go well and everything you know, the universe grants you everything that you deserve, and it all falls in your favor.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, 100%. Now, because a part of it, I'm glad, you know, just motherfucker just walked out too, because now I can get real loose. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you that something came with the glow up though. The bitches. And listen, you went to Austin. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it. You went to Austin Peay, right? You went to the university. You went to Austin Peay State University. I went to MTSU. You know, something about these women though, like it's a bunch of them. That's all I'm saying. Is they fall. Hey, it's a bunch of them. That's what I'm trying to say. And something about your glow up and that confidence and everything that you have in you, and it's everything involving your brand and all of that. Like one thing about that is the women notice and they fall at your feet. Shout out to all the women that watch this podcast that know me. What was your experience? What was the Bolivar, Tennessee nigga turn fucking gentleman turn classic man coming to fucking Austin Peay? What was that experience? I know it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But at the same time, I got to meet a lot of interesting people that I still have relationships with now.
Diplomatic. So that answer was.
He bobbing weed the hell out there, man.
Miss, nigga, nah.
Nah, but yeah, as a freshman though, like that was like it was a small community. It's not like big as MTSU, so everybody know everybody pretty much. And I crossed as a freshman.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I'm saying. You went crazy.
So it just amplified everything.
Then you were alpha.
Yeah.
Bitches love the alphas.
They do.
They love the alphas. I know you went crazy. But see, I'm gonna say, when did you meet your girl, your woman?
Actually, freshman year.
See, that's why you just got the bobbing and weaving just then, right? Because I met mine sophomore year. It's a lot of motherfuckers that's gonna be watching this right now. What the fuck he met her sophomore year? Damn, that nigga was reckless as hell junior year. I remember. Listen, talking about me though.
Right.
I always try to do that. It'd be so funny trying to have these conversations about what you did, knowing that you met your woman early on. Yeah. So I feel exactly. That's why I started laughing a minute ago when you were just bobbing and weaving like that.
Nah, it was fun. I had fun in college. So.
No, it shows though with the women and everything. It shows. It definitely shows. You know, and they see the confidence and they know it. It's just like we come down here. I think what's the population in Bolivar, like 3,000 or something like that. Just Bolivar alone. Maybe less than that. Yeah. So it's like you come down here and you got 3,000 people just in your beginning class.
Right.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's more people. It was more people that's in this dorm than it is in my whole town where I'm from.
Was it overwhelming at first? Like was it too much to take in?
Nah, it wasn't overwhelming for me. No, not at all.
That's why that was always my fear. I just didn't want to go to a big ass school. I don't know if I'm able to handle that.
I actually loved it though.
It was exhilarating.
Yeah. Mainly because I've been quiet my whole life. And I wasn't able to, I guess, truly be myself in a sense. So
and you had a chance to see, that's what a lot of people I've seen people from back home say so and so changed when they went to school and everything. But you fucking right, I changed. Of course, I changed.
Right.
But you get a chance to be who you really are at your deepest core at that moment.
Right.
Because I was reading something one day, I can't remember what it was. It was one of these black Israelite people, some shit that he was writing. And he was saying that you have to venture out and go from place to place or go all around the world and travel. You gotta travel in order to you gotta make these experiences in order to become your fullest self as a human being, right? You got to experience all these different people. When I got a chance to experience all these different cultures, all these different people and all of that, as opposed to all this like linear shit that I seen in Bolivar, when I got a chance to come down here and experience that, it blew my mind. Like it taught me more, it made me more culture, it made me more understanding to a point that when I went back home, it was very difficult to have a conversation with motherfuckers that was around me. Not because I was better than them or anything like that, but it's just like you have no idea of what's out in the world right. So I know exactly what you're saying when you just said that, of course you change for the better, right. you know, And man, I did like I just wanted to make sure I always, especially people the young ones coming on, and you ain't really a young one, shit, you just right behind me. But the people that I knew coming on, who just made a way for themselves and thrived down here and came up and made a better way. I always make it my business to try to give y'all flowers where I can, because y'all could have very easily been like some of the people that came with me who ended up with drug problems, who ended up with criminal records and all of that, and shout out to them too, because they still trying to find their way. Right. We come from a very confined space.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I was gonna say. Speaking of giving flowers, man, y'all two right here. This I ain't never seen nothing like this. Especially with, like you said, where we come from. Mm-hmm. A podcast, like what? Yeah. Giving people the opportunity to, speak, their mind and speak and articulate.
Yeah.
So,
they did, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I want to see y'all guys on, like top 10 on Apple. Like that's what type of podcast y'all got, and that's the drive y'all got. So
yeah, I'm trying to be the black male Ellen.
For real, man.
They gonna be some shit, right?
I'm trying to be the black male Ellen. I'm trying to be nice as shit on camera, but a fucking tyrant in person. Because that's me in real life anyway.
You see this last year, so
yeah. So,
people really don't like her.
Yeah, she's.
I think she was wilding.
Yeah, they said she was wilding. So.
You'd have never guessed that.
Yeah.
But something I want to ask you though, Vont, man, sincerely, because we gotta switch gears from like a serious point. Is how are you? Because I think listen, in our community, the black community that is, I think a lot of the time we don't check up on our people, right? I want to ask you, how are you? And I think you know where I'm going when I'm asking you, how are you? You've had a very, very difficult past, 2 years now? Maybe 2 years? A very difficult past 2 years. And I know the pandemic hit and all this other stuff. How are you?
Yeah. So, like you said, the past 2 years have been really, really rough on me. Like, I think I'm coming out of the storm right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been in there. I've been low, really low, especially with my mom passing away. Mm-hmm. That really tore me up. Then coming into the pandemic.
Yeah.
Losing my job to the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so had that on top. Meanwhile, losing 2 first cousins.
I didn't know that. Would I know them, or they?
So they're a little older than me, but
they was in Bolivar though, right?
Yeah, you know Quinn, right?
Yeah.
He was my first cousin.
Okay, I didn't know that. Damn, I didn't know that. Yeah. First cousin, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, losing him was pretty tough, and my other first cousin, Erica, was pretty tough as well. So, and then uncle, Coach Diesel. Yeah, that was real tough. He had a huge influence on my life. So
all of ours,
man. What?
Yeah, all of your life. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said legend.
And like during those times, I never thought about like death so much. I always thought, being invincible, I'm all gonna be here. I always told her like, hey, I'm gonna make it out. I'll get you a house. We're gonna do this. God had other plans, and so that's when I really tried to hone in on my, spirituality, because like during my college years, it got kind of frayed. I kind of got separated from my relationship with Christ, but like during those times, it really tested my faith, and this made me become a better human at the end of the day. So, but like you said, it was a really low point for me. I say I was depressed, honestly.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm good mentally.
And I'm glad to hear that you're good right now. And listen, you were depressed, but rightfully so. And I'm going to tell you something. Look, with me, I just want to say, even with myself and Scoe, I want to speak on behalf of everybody that's in this room who know you. We apologize. Straight up. Yeah. And I want you to know why we apologizing, because we didn't properly check up on you in those moments. Especially, and I know it's not your fault, it's not your responsibility, but somebody who know you and how great of a person you are, you never show like the bullshit. It ain't nothing nobody can say bad about you. Nothing. Nobody. And I'm talking everybody who came from where we're from, it ain't nothing they can say bad about you. So like for us to not check up on you and make sure that you all right and just assume that you got it, shame on us, first of all. But also, you know, I just want to let you know that the people that you're talking about, and I know this don't like make anything better by far, like from Miss Beasley to Coach Beasley. Man, listen, I want to get them their flowers right now. I don't know if anybody ever did. Like, she was on I was telling Scoe a story about how I used to be late for school. Me and Dunn used to be late for school every day. And she was like on our ass about that all the time. But like, it's a lot of people that came through that school who respected her immensely. And I just want to leave that with you and let you know that people respected her and they loved her. And when we heard the news and we heard about that, it was like, wow. Like, wait a second. And that was a part of me on my journey this year on going into the pandemic, just realizing like how I'm not immortal. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even more so Coach Beasley. Like that nigga was a superhero. Yeah. Like, let's be real. Yeah. Like, so that is like, what? You know, and I could listen, shout out to you for being strong right now, because I could get choked up right now even thinking, because that man helped me, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure all of us can tell that same story of like how he helped us and how he made us stronger and how he built us up and so on and so forth. So, you know, I just wanted to make sure I gave them their flowers. I know I can't say why they still here, but I still just want to make sure I gave them their flowers, because they definitely were pillars in the black community coming through Bolivar. And it's not a lot of people that can come through and say that they don't know them or that them folks didn't touch them. I
appreciate it.
Miss Beasley didn't play, boy.
She damn right.
That's why I'm so nice, probably. So.
That's probably why. She I was just go. She listen. She gave us that spiel and sent her ass right to ISS. She gave us that spiel like, yeah, but y'all going though. We thought suspension. Get the break. Like, crazy. Nah, y'all going though. Yeah. But yeah, like you just, you know, I just wanted to make sure you knew how the effect of the people that you love had on the family, and that's why I wanted to ask, how are you, bro? Because you've been through a lot. I didn't even know about the two cousins, but man, shout out to you for staying strong, bro.
Yeah, it's been rough, but like I said, in the storm here, like I've been praying, meditating. I picked up a journal, so just trying to build, you know, a better self. Just coming out of that and knowing that there's still life.
Hell yeah. And I think you got a light. I think you got a light about yourself that's gonna shine on people. And I think people need to, you know, or people should take the time out to see that. And hopefully everything that you do through your creativity can also shine on, you know, all your creative things can shine on other people like us. That's why I wanted in the beginning, tell them about the glow up, tell them about that. You know, it's funny and it's all of that, but still it means something though. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you that for real.
So, how you doing though? Like,
listen, man, I am battling every day.
Yeah.
You know, I battle often. With the troubles of the world, because New just told me. I was talking to New this morning, and I told him he was gonna be on. He told me to tell you what's up, by the way, too. But I'm battling with the world, bro. Like, I'm battling because I take the jabs and the pain of everything that you see on social media, all the things you see with our people, everything. I take that upon myself. I put that on my own shoulders or whatever to make that be like my own problems. And New was just telling me this morning, bro, you carry the burden of too many people. The heavy is the head that wears the crown. I feel like God himself gave me this responsibility. He gave me this mindset to think this way and to feel like I want to free my people and make my people better. So to answer your question, how am I doing? I'm doing okay in the micro. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not okay.
Gotcha. What about you, Scoe?
Oh, man, I'm just taking it one day at a time, man. Like I talked to Tita sometimes you be feeling low. Some days, you feel good. Just taking it one day at a time, man. And just trying to get better, man. Just trying to get better.
And like you said, like we were discussing off camera, I've been here a year. Like, shame on me for real. Like, not hit y'all up, and, kick it or just even text you, see how you doing and stuff like that. So definitely gotta get better with that.
But you, man, you always been slow motion with it, though. Low key. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always been slow motion with it. We can't give you too much of that. You always been slow motion with it for sure. And I just know your body. I know your vibe. But just know it's never no love lost with you. And that's why I'm like, I'm really, when I'm saying, damn, we gotta kick it. It's just like,
and we were just in the middle of a pandemic too. So
yeah,
you
we
know
was
what
in the
I'm
middle of
saying?
a
Like,
pandemic,
so,
and you lost your job and shit like
yeah.
that. And shit been rough for everybody, bro. Like it's been mentally taxing out here, man.
It was.
Like it's been that. But I know you. I know like where you come from. You come from very strong people. Again, like I said, Coach Beasley, strongest man.
Man.
Like, hey, listen, strongest man. Like I know you come from strong people, so it's like, yeah, I say that and I hit you with that, but at the same time, I know you alright though, and that's all I really want from the young ones coming from Bolivar down here. There's a couple of them I got to spank, but we'll talk about that off camera. I got to spank, not even a couple, just one in particular that I got to spank. But all the young ones, and when I say young ones, I don't mean like that as a term of like belittlement. That's just me saying like the same way I view my I guess it's a bad way to put it, my son, because I love him. That's the same way I see y'all coming in. I just want to make sure y'all all right. Even the older ones coming in, I want to make sure that y'all all right and y'all good, and that y'all got everything right, and that y'all doing what y'all got to do to succeed down here. And ain't nobody fucking with y'all. I'm making y'all feel,
Right.
But shout out to you, man, for still making it through. Cause you graduated. What you graduate with your degree in?
Corporate communication.
Corporate communications.
So basically, like business communication. And I had a minor in graphic design.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got a lot ahead of you. Shit, I didn't know you still doing the graphic design thing.
Nah, I really didn't like doing it. It was easy money.
Yeah, got you.
I was good at it though. So.
Yeah, now we may need you. I've been told that my swag is subpar on this podcast. I've been told that, so I might need your help. I'm gonna be honest, motherfuckers been telling me you should dress better. I told you I was giving them thighs for the last couple podcasts, but that was conscious. I just thought that motherfuckers want to see the thighs, bro. Sometimes they want to see the thighs.
You thought motherfuckers want to see your thighs?
I thought motherfuckers want to see the thighs.
Thought that.
See, that's the thing. And Scoe, I told you I was gonna get on you, but I've been giving you a break this podcast, bro. I've been giving you a break because you're a good brother. I'm gonna tell y'all something about Scoe. You've been watching, right?
Yeah, I've been watching.
You see Scoe, hey.
What? Here come alive, bro.
No, I'm just saying, Scoe. I'm just saying. Like, Scoe, I want to take something back that I said about Scoe. I called him a homophobe.
Yeah.
Scoe ain't no homophobe.
I'm not a homophobe.
He's not a homophobe. He just called me fine on the phone the other day. So,
this nigga lying, man.
thank you, Scoe.
But I was gonna say, to your point, when people say, I guess, quote unquote, that you don't have style, it's basically your own self-expression.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got to be the freshest person in the room to be stylish. Like, so just be you at the end of the day.
Yeah. Listen, I'm looking forward to the brand and how everything gonna play out in regards to the brand too. I see you, and we gonna get Demo to put all your. You still got the social media, right? The one that you do the clothes and everything. I think you cleared it out.
Yeah, I mean, I still have the photos.
You still got it and everything. So yeah, whenever you get ready to start and you getting everything in motion and going, hey, let us know. We're gonna put that shit on blast and we're gonna put it out there. We're gonna still put the social medias up and everything anyway.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, man, like I want to ask y'all a question though, and it's kind of like our subject from what we've been talking about. Like, do you think our destinies or what we supposed to be is already predetermined?
Man, that's crazy, bro. I just listened to a podcast last night.
That said something about that.
About your calling versus your purpose.
Gotcha.
Like,
Okay.
That's so wild.
That's
Bro.
crazy.
That blew my mind, bro.
This
Like,
God, bro. This God talked to me through me a lot. Through me, not to me. Through me a lot.
So can you read the question though? Because it just went left field. I was like,
yeah. So like, do y'all think that we are like destined for things like are we destined to have a to do certain things? Are we destined to do that? Is just something we decide on our own?
Go.
I can go ahead and go. I was gonna say that you do have a choice, but I do think that is something that's already been set up for you. It's just a matter of you walking into that per se. So I would say yes and no.
Yeah.
And no, gotcha.
That's kind of where I was gonna go with it. It's like, I don't know, you have these plans to do certain things, but life take you on certain journeys. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like if it's meant for you to do that said thing, it's gonna, you're gonna always get back on that path. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's, I feel like most things destined for you to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the reason I asked that question because it always reverts back to suicide. Like, if that's the case, if everything is already written, were you meant to commit suicide in that moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's tough.
that's tough. That's why I say you have a choice.
Yeah.
Because and people don't know this, but they should know this. The devil is real.
Yeah.
So the devil probably alter your plans or something like that. So that's a good thought though.
Yeah, it could be it's just we got a pastor coming on next week, or Pastor D, and I can't wait to get a chance to talk to him. I want to ask him some of these same questions.
Yeah, that is
that's a deep one.
What is it like? It's just so hard because as us being considered higher beings, it just becomes harder and harder for me to understand why people do the things that they do. Mm-hmm. I see these things and I hear and listen to all these acts of evil by people, or just people that's in my vicinity, and it's becoming harder and harder to understand why we do the things we do. Like, for example, we know for a fact that cars are bad for the environment.
Right.
That is true.
Why do we keep building these? Why don't we make another source of? We know for a fact that it's a problem with poverty, or we know that it's people out here that's starving to death. It's 2021, and it's still motherfuckers out here starving.
Yeah.
Kids right in America that's going to sleep with hunger pains. And these motherfuckers that just live their best life.
Right.
I don't, that's what, and even go back to when you asked me how I am in the macro and the grand scheme of things, it's just I'm not all right. Yeah. Because I think about these things and it's why don't we all have the same attitude to carry the burden of the world on our shoulders?
Because most people, all they think about is themselves.
Yeah.
They think about me this, me that.
Greed, man.
I'm going to get this successful. I'm going to do all this. But at the end of the day, it really ain't about you.
Yeah.
It's about how many people that you can affect, right? Positive way. So,
yeah. Listen, man. What's the time we got, Keenan? What we got? What we looking at? But listen, I'm glad you came on and you stopped through, Vont.
For sure.
I'm really glad you came on and you stopped through. And it was good sitting down, being able to talk to you. I've been really looking forward to this podcast. I ain't going to say more than most of them because they're going to get jealous and shit. But I'm going to be honest, more than the rest of them, I've been really looking forward to be able to sit down and talk to you. It's been a while since we done had a chance to sit down and break mental bread. And really sit down and talk. What's next? What you got coming for the future? I know that I already asked you this in regards to your career, but what should people be on the lookout for in regards to you?
Yeah, so it's just as far as myself, I have a lot of creative things I want to do content-wise. I want to do a documentary.
Okay.
Just outlining the process and steps that I take and the story behind, why I'm want to be a fashion designer. Because it's just deeper than selling clothing items, for me at least. And I want people to know that. And at the end of the day, I just want to be a help to others. And so that's pretty much what's next, is telling the story.
Absolutely. At our deepest core, that's all we want to do is be creative and be helpful, be servants.
Right.
That's really all we ever want to do.
Thanks.
So, what you guys go? What's on your mind? Look at you.
No, man. I just want to let Vont know I'm proud of him, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm proud of you. Man, I want you to just keep going, bro. Man, you're a real strong, resilient person, man. I see a bright future ahead of you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Because even me, and just to bounce off what Scoe just said, even me, well, what you done been through in these past 2 years, bro, it would have been tough for me, bro. It would have been, I probably would have shut down, bro. It would have been hard for me, bro. But I see you going, and I see you staying strong. And you're a perfect example to people out here who going through it. So,
but to say that though, I did quit. I did give up.
Yeah.
I actually was supposed to drop my whole collection in 2020, And like when that stuff started happening, my mom getting sick and stuff like that, you know, that's pretty much all I could think about.
Yeah.
It's like being there, but like at the end of the day, you know, I had the last words with my mom. You know, she just told me keep going. So hey, and she here with me every day. So I hear that voice. Gotta keep going.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast, where we get real, raw, authentic barbershop conversations. I am your host, T. Until next time.